So write this down in your TV guide. Friday, October 10th will be Floyd Styles Day here in New York City. My first guest has a special tonight on NBC. Welcome, Steve Martin. Thank you, Tommy. Thank you very much. Thank you. Steve? Steve, time for your medicine, Steve.
Well, hi, David.
How are you?
Oh, yeah, I was doing that this morning. Yeah.
Steve,
You want a beer?
yeah, maybe for later. Yeah, warm beer at 10 in the morning hits the spot.
Look at the brand name on here. Get a close shot of it.
Right over there. Put
See,
it over there.
They can't use the real name because that would be a free plug, so they have to cross it out. So we have Pudge Brook or
That disguise
Give
is
me a good
overwhelming.
glass of Pudge Brook or beer. Let me explain why I'm in bed to the audience. I'm looking for action. We worked on this TV special. It's on tonight at 10 o'clock called All Commercials, and it takes a long time to prepare these things, and we worked for 3 months on it, and a lot of writing and casting and shooting. It takes a long time, and it was working 12 hours a day. It was so hard, and I said, the day this show is on the air, I'm going to stay in bed all day and drink beer and watch TV.
Yeah.
But I wanted to come on and let people know that show's on the air, so this is sort of a compromise.
Well, I appreciate you compromising your beliefs, but it was exhausting work, huh?
Yeah.
It turned out pretty good?
Oh, I think it turned out real funny, and it's a very commercial show. It's
What, it's nothing but, Steve? Steve?
Oh, hi.
Hi. It's nothing but commercials, eh?
Pardon me?
The show there. What do you got? See what else is on.
A whole pound of delicious candy in each. Imagine. I don't know.
Turn that. Let me
That's
see.
good.
Yeah.
I like that.
Fun size.
The all-cartoon channel
Yeah.
here in New York. So what would, what other things, just nothing but commercials, huh?
Yeah, it's totally commercial. See, I always felt that, I did my first 2 specials, and I got a lot of letters from people saying that the best part were the commercials. So it gave me an idea for this show, and it's not really a satire of commercials. They're treated with great dignity, and we had to write some of our own, and there is one brief entertainment segment, but that's all.
Mm-hmm. What would that be?
That's
so
the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band singing,
yeah.
so that's a good time to
Okay.
go to the
And
bathroom.
we have some videotape of this show, and will we take a look at that now? What are we going to see? Do we need to explain this?
No, there's not much. This is just another one of our commercials. See, I did the Tonight Show on Friday, and I did the Today Show this morning. We showed a different clip on every show. So, and usually you see people, they're out promoting things, and they always show the same clip.
Yeah.
See, I chose a different clip for every show, so this is like...
What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? A different clip from his special tonight. Steve Martin.
Every now and then, you hear folks talk about a product that's made with love. Well, me and the folks here at the Motel Dairy Farms have come up with what we think is a good one. It's called honeymoon butter. You say, what the hell is that? What the hell is this honeymoon butter deal? What kind of a deal is it? Well, I'll tell you. we skim the richest cream off the top of the finest milk from our best cows, and we pump it directly into the water beds of our honeymoon suites. In the morning, butter. Pretty good deal. Just remember, rhythm-rich honeymoon butter really is made with love.
Steve Martin, we're going to pause here for a commercial. We'll be back, sir. Good morning. Welcome back. Steve Martin is here, and we talked about your show on tonight called All Commercials. And, you know, every time I go anywhere on an airplane, stewardesses
That happens to me all the time, too.
sort of like a telethon. This is why we've got to keep this money coming in, ladies and gentlemen. Stewardesses are always doing you, I mean, so to speak. You know what I mean? They always say wild and crazy guy, and then they always go, excuse me.
Isn't that funny when they do that? I love it when I say, excuse me.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
You mean there's a possibility that you got that from stewardesses?
Possibility I got a lot of things from Stuart. That's a kind of a quick gag I like to do. That was totally unrehearsed.
So,
Well, let's hear you try and be funny.
is there anything you'd like to get off your chest that you haven't covered, that you just, you fed up, you angry, you mad at anybody, anything you want to say? Okay, go ahead.
I could not believe what they wrote about me in the National Enquirer. I am so angry at this. It's one of those predictions.
Oh, yeah.
Can you listen to this? Says Steve Martin will appear on the David Letterman show in his pajamas in a bed.
Steve, that's where you are. That came true.
I shouldn't have done this.
It looked like it was going to go, though, there
It
for a
looked
minute.
like it was going to go
Yeah.
over good, and then
It had all the...
beginning of the end.
No, Steve, no. Have another poached Brork.
Wait a minute. So, how did you get started as a comic? How does it feel? Do you write your own stuff?
You know, the question that I always like is, where do you come up with those bits? You write all your own stuff?
Here's a good question. I understand you have some funny typewriter paper. That's on there. I'm supposed to answer that.
You know, we've made a huge mistake. These are for Ruth Carter Stapleton. That was a good one, wasn't it?
You are.
Yeah.
You're a very funny
Well, you're a
guy.
funny guy. You know, you're a funny.
No, you're a funny guy.
No, Steve, we were talking the other day, who's funny? And they
No, we
said,
weren't.
there's only one man funny, that's Steve.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
you are
yeah.
funny. We were talking the other day.
Who?
They said there's only one funny guy, and that's David.
Well, oh, okay, thanks. No. Now, what are you doing now? You
You
resting
know what
up?
would happen to this mic if this weren't here? It just flop over like that. reminds me of... How did you... We'll get back in bed, Steve. We have to pause. We'll be back. I'm going to put Steve back.
We'll sue the cable TV folks, too. I just forgot about that. Slap a big suit on those people. My next guest, we're very excited to have this gentleman here. He is currently starring in a film playing in theaters across this country called The Lonely Guy. He also has a special on Showtime called An Homage to Steve. We won't sue that particular cable operation. It's my pleasure to welcome to this show one of the funniest men in all of show business, Mr. Steve Martin. Steve.
Tell Benny. You're a pal. Thank you, Stephen. But you know... Steve Martin, ladies and gentlemen. Let's... Really hear it for Steve. Thank you, Steve.
Hi, David.
That's nice. You get the encores out of the way up front.
Yeah, I do that.
Nice to see you, and thank you very much for being on the show. I know that
My pleasure.
You don't come to New York very frequently, and aside from the show, what does...
As soon as I heard you had a show, I said, I want to be on it.
I certainly appreciate that. Now, what else are you doing when you come to town?
Well, I did, yesterday I did my concert in the Central Park. I went over this whole Diana Ross thing. I thought seriously about it. And, you know, the show cost a lot of money. She did a great show, and it wasn't her fault, but it cost a lot of money, and the city evidently lost money. And I wanted to prove that it is possible for an entertainer to come to New York, put on a show in Central Park, and not have this enormous budget. So, yeah, I did the show yesterday.
How were you able to accomplish that?
Well, first we saved a lot on publicity.
Yeah.
You can spend a lot of money promoting something like that, and, you know, Diana Ross made a big mistake. She had a mic.
Used a mic?
She had a stage. Evidently, she had an expensive dress. I said, no dress. I'm not going to have the dress. No mic. I did the show yesterday under a tree. And it was like 20, 30 people there.
Yeah.
Sold the T-shirts.
That's great. And did you...
Sold about 3 T-shirts.
Did you bring the whole thing in under budget?
Sold my pants, too.
Sold your pants?
Got some money. I'm giving a check to Mayor Koch tomorrow for
that's
Steve
great.
Martin Memorial Dog Fire Hydrant for Central Park.
That's very exciting. You're to be commended. Now, that's the way to do a show in the park.
I think so.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah.
I'm really sincere about that.
Let me ask you about the...
That's what you think. Let you ask. Oh, no.
The homage to Steve.
Yes. That was, this is a big moment, I think, for you and your audience. No, it was a Showtime special, which I did called Homage to Steve, and you appeared in it.
That's right. I was
your first acting role.
That's right.
And I directed you in it, and it was so stunning. There was a lot of requests from Hollywood for a David Letterman retrospective.
Really?
Yeah. And since you'd only done the one thing, they still wanted to do it.
Yeah.
And so I thought, no, I want to do it on Dave's show. So we have the tape here. And this is your dramatic debut, and I think it's quite astounding.
I was very flattered that you included me in this, and we'll take a look at it here.
Okay.
All right, this is from An Homage to Steve, currently playing, isn't it?
On Showtime.
On Showtime, a cable release.
Steve. Steve?
Okay, who's next? Alan.
Steve, how much time should I take between a setup and a punchline of the joke?
A
Second and a half.
Steve. David, is it all right to do material that's off-colored?
David, that's up to each performer's own personality and style.
Do you think a sad song is less effective if it's performed with an up-tempo beat?
Paul, I'd really prefer just to talk about my comedy right now. Hello? Oh, hi, Woody. Sure. A second and a half. Anytime. Bye.
Steve, what is comedy?
Yeah. Good question.
Right.
Comedy is the ability to make people laugh without making them puke.
Yes, the king.
Oh, hi, Richie. Sure. Well, that's up to each performer's own sense of personality and style. No, I would use mother... Yes. That sounds better. Okay.
Sometimes when I'm working in a minor key, I think to myself,
Steve, do you have any really rare footage of you doing your acting concert?
Well, I do, but I would prefer not to show it.
What a performer. What an actor. I think definite nomination.
Oh, gee.
Yeah.
For me.
That was a lot of fun sitting there, and at the time I thought, you know, we're just being we're making fools of ourselves here, but it didn't make any difference. It was a lot of fun.
No, I mean, no. Probably not used to making a fool of yourself, right? And you felt really weird.
Yeah,
The preparation for the role was fantastic. I said, David, I'd like you to come on and play a famous comedian with a late-night talk show. This was 2 years ago. And he said, well, I want to research the part. I want to go out. I'm going to get a late-night talk show and see what it actually feels.
Now, you're very busy. You're we just saw, you're always making motion pictures, your concert in the park. What do you do in your spare time?
Well, that's more of a serious thing with me. I don't know if you know this or not, but I've been, for the past 10 or 12 years, collecting Chinese ceramics. And what's happening now is they're going to have a show at the Metropolitan Museum in April of my collection. Mm-hmm. I'm just going to show 15 or 20 pieces. And it was interesting for me because I was touring a lot, and it was very tiring, and this became an interesting study for me. When I first got into it, I knew nothing about Chinese ceramics, and I bought a couple of pieces from what I thought were reputable dealers, and I took them to the Met, and they turned out to be inner tubes. No, kidding, but
this is not a joke, right? You actually collect these things.
I got very interested in it, so I started getting books and going to the museums. I went to a couple of trips to China. I started buying pieces, and it turned out to be kind of interesting. Especially if you're busy and you come home and there's this beautiful, simple, elegant thing, and they were designed not to be artworks. They were meant to be used, you know.
Uh-huh. How old are we talking about in these pieces?
Can start with like a Neolithic period, can be 5,000 BC right up to Ming is probably the most famous dynasty. That's late 17th century. It was about a 300-year dynasty.
And like you said, these are objects that people living in those times actually used in everyday life?
They weren't intended to be works of art or anything.
Yeah. I'm very excited because not only are you showing them at the Met, but we have a little preview of them tonight.
I wanted to bring it down because how many people get to see them at the Met? Not that many. If you put it on TV, millions of people are exposed to these objects, and I'd like to
This will be very exciting. All right, well, let's do this. We'll take a commercial, and we'll get the pieces set up. And when we come back, Steve Martin will show us part of his private collection that'll be on display later this month at the Met. We're back. Steve Martin is here, and if you're just joining us later this month in New York, there's a show of Steve's at the Met. These are Ming, or no, I'm sorry, Chinese ceramics.
Chinese ceramics. Ming is a part of that.
Yeah, and is it safe or fair to ask you what these things, the price of them?
Well, I usually don't like to talk about the value of things because people start looking at something and they're only looking at what it's worth. You know, like a great painting, oh, it's worth $4 million or something. So I'll just say they start around 300,000 and can go to $1 million or even $2 million. So.
$2 million? That's unbelievable. Yeah.
Yeah, they're going back. For example, this piece back. Oh, right. Well, it's okay. It's not a big deal. Just, it's amazing to see how beautiful they still are. I've only seen them, you know, it's like one piece, but it's still quite beautiful like that. You know, if you can. Oh, sorry.
Heavens,
oh, this is still intact. That's
yeah. That's
anyway. Now this is a beautiful piece. This is Tang, and there's different periods of Tang. You have the high Tang, middle Tang, and late Tang. So that's beautiful.
What Tang would that be?
This is. But anyway, you can see that that's fabulous.
My goodness.
Well, it broke the wine. No, he's having a pair.
Yeah.
An interesting thing about Chinese ceramics is the tone of something like this. You know, there's a sound. This is how you can tell if something's authentic, by the actual tone.
Oh, yeah, I can hear just a little resonation.
Bring the mic in there. Just put that in there. Yeah, that's good.
Good.
I'm a little nervous, I guess. You know, I'm not going to touch these anymore because I feel like I'm really damaging my collection.
Yeah, well, you've lost a few.
Yeah, but I would like the audience at home to see the work on this. You can just bring the camera.
Yeah, this is the detail work on this is unbelievable.
That's a good. I'm bringing it just a little bit tighter. Yeah. Well.
Oh, my. Steve,
this is going to be a real.
In all fairness to you and the big show, do you want to...
I really want to be ready for the Met show.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that this is so...
They'll take it if it's glued up like that?
They won't know.
They won't know. But again, in all fairness to you, you know, if you want to just quit while we're ahead, and then...
I can't conceive of anything happening worse than has already happened. We may as well continue.
I guess you have a point.
Yeah, I mean, we are in a
statistically, what else could happen? So let's just go ahead and take a look at some more of these.
Well, I think we're getting lucky on this, Dave. You know, isn't it fortunate that we had a herd of goats come through and not break one piece.
That's right.
And not break one piece.
You must be living right. Perhaps they're allergic to poon. You never know.
Very happy about that one.
Which one of these now, Steve, would you consider to be the most valuable item?
Well, I suppose at this point it would be this this plate right here. That's
what would that be worth offhand?
Oh, I would say in the $1 million, $1.2 million range.
All right. Let me do us both a favor.
Okay.
Could we have the NBC security man in here, Ted? Let's just have this one taken out. So regardless of what happens. Ted? Hi, nice to see you.
Hello.
Steve Martin?
Hi.
Hello, Steve.
How do you do?
Ted, could you take this? What, do you have a truck downstairs?
Yeah, I have an armored truck downstairs.
Be very careful, Ted. Take that out with you. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Gee, that's sort of too bad.
Yeah, that was the big one, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was the big joke, too.
Yeah. Now, you know, Steve, I know that you enjoy recreation. You're a real sports enthusiast.
Sure.
Let me just interrupt here with another notion. Next week, Martina Navratilova is going to be on the show.
I love Martina.
World-famous, #1 ranked female tennis player.
Yeah.
And she wanted to work with a tennis cannon. And so we got the tennis cannon, and it turns out to work with it. It's a very precision instrument. You have to spend some time really honing the sights in on the target.
Uh-huh.
Do you mind if we do that now and and maybe use some of these vases as targets?
I guess it'd be okay. I want to.
Okay, I tell you what, it's unlikely that we'll hit any.
Sure.
But Paul, hand him the tennis racket. If we get close to any of them, just, you know, knock it away. And let's, here, let me... Okay, so go ahead and turn on the tennis cannon there. And oh, my goodness.
Power involved.
All right.
Here. That's, yeah. Why am I doing this? What?
Okay. Yeah. I tell you what. Well, let's.
We don't want to.
No, I think. Oh. Monday on this program, Robin Williams will be here. Also, we'll have unusual, peculiar, and exotic dogs from the 10th Annual Westminster Kennel Club show. Later in this program, Stuart Copeland will be joining us in. It's been quite a night already, hasn't it, Steve?
Yeah, it's been wild. This has been a great show for me because I was trying to irreparably damage my career before I start the big comeback. So, this was an important shot for me.
Now you're also going to light up the network on the new show, and
Right,
is that
week from Friday.
week from Friday?
Yeah.
And it's
Catherine O'Hara will be on.
Well, I'm sure that'll be terrific. I want to thank you for taking the time to be here. It's terrific to have you on this show.
Uh-huh.
And I know you have to leave because you have important things to do.
No, really.
Okay, you don't have to leave?
Yeah. No, I'll go. I understand.
Ladies and gentlemen, Steve Martin. All right. Yeah. Thanks, Paul. Welcome back, folks. We have Steve Martin will be here in a couple of minutes, and also Brooke Shields is here. Brooke Shield is here. Is it Shield or Shields, Paul?
It's Brooke Shields, David.
Shields, I'm sorry.
Shields.
Brooke Shields is here. Now,
Damn
we want
right.
to take care of this. For those of you who have not seen the show before, this is our Phil Donahue countdown calendar. Phil is moving his show from Chicago to New York, and we like to count off the days until he gets here. So we had a weekend, so we take care of those, and we have a brand new calendar, Paul. I don't think you've seen this one. There's the 28th, the 29th, and all right, let's move on into, here's the new one. Now, instead of marking these off, we just peel one off, and behind each date, oh my goodness, behind each date is a fun fact about Phil Donahue. I'll read you the first one, Paul. When did the Phil Donahue Show, as we know it, first air?
When did it first air?
Yeah.
Way before my time. I don't know.
You're so close. It's November 6th, 1967.
1967.
Yeah, that's right. All right, so Phil will be coming to New York pretty soon, and he'll be right here in this building. And we encourage you folks at home to make your own countdown calendars and learn all you can about Phil. Okay. Did you have a good weekend, Paul?
Yes, I certainly did.
All right.
Certainly did, David. And yours?
I had a great
I
weekend.
knew you had a good weekend. You came in cheerful, and I knew why that was going to be.
That's right.
Because you bought a wheelbarrow.
I did. I bought a
over the
wheelbarrow.
weekend. And
Thank you very much. Thank you. I couldn't be happier. Well, it's always a pleasure to welcome. You don't own a wheelbarrow, do you?
No, sir. I never have. Never will.
I own a power drill, a ladder, and a wheelbarrow. Thank you. It's always a pleasure to welcome my first guest to this program. He is currently starring with Lily Tomlin in a very funny film and a very successful motion picture. It's called All of Me. Please welcome Steve Martin. Nice to see you. Nice to see you, and congratulations on your motion picture. I mentioned it's very successful, but it's tell the folks how successful this thing has become for you.
Dave, right now, this is the #1 film in the country.
Well, congratulations. I saw the movie a couple of weeks ago. I thought I thought it was very funny. I thought you were terribly funny in the film, and I'm glad it's doing very well.
Say terrible or
no,
funny?
Terribly funny.
Terribly funny.
Terribly funny. Unbelievably funny.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Not that I wouldn't expect you to be funny, but it was very, very funny.
Well, I feel the same way about you.
No, I know that's... tell the folks about the film if they haven't already heard about it.
Well, it's kind of a crazy film. How many people have seen it? I'm curious. Well, there's still a lot more people to go then, isn't there? What happens is Lily Tomlin's soul, I'll give a brief synopsis.
All right.
Well, Lily Tomlin's soul gets in half my body and takes over the right half of my body, so half of me has to walk like a woman, half of me has to walk like a man. So it's essentially that kind of normal story that sorry.
This, now this must have been a difficult thing for you to do, to walk like a man in half of your body and walk like a woman in the other half.
Not so difficult. You know, when you're doing that a lot anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was, what happened is Lily and I would go to my house and rehearse, and with a chaperone, of course.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Carl Reiner would be there. Sorry, Carl Reiner would be there, and she'd walk across the room as her character, and I would follow her across the room.
It's very entertaining to see. Now, can I ask you a question about you mentioned a reference to your throat, but you sound a little different.
Well, I am. I have a very bad sore throat right now, and I don't feel too well, so if I seem a little... In fact, I was kind of shocked because I didn't think I could do the show. I called in today, and I said, I woke up, it was really bad, you know. And I called the show, and I talked to your producer, and I said, I really don't think I can do the show. I don't feel well. And he said, no way, sucker. And I said, what? And he said, I laugh in your face. He said, the contract is signed, you're on. Yeah. And I said, well, that's kind of hard for me to believe. I said, what if I, were to call my agency and get someone to fill in for me, because I really don't feel well. Someone, of equal stature, so you'd have a good,
sure.
So I said, maybe Frank Sinatra, Michael Jackson. And your producer said, we'll see about that, and hung up. And then about an hour later, I was sitting in my hotel room, and I was like I was almost out, I'd taken some pills or something, and a knock on the door came, and I went over and said, who is it? And they said, room service. Yeah. I said, but I didn't order any room service. And they said, we mean flower delivery. And I said, oh, okay, could be. I opened the door, and these two thugs came in and took me down here to the show and put me in a room and started grilling me, like, and what are you going to say when Dave asks you this? Or what do you say? And I said, let me talk to Dave. I mean, Dave's an understanding guy, and if, Dave knew I was sick, I'm sure I would be off the show, and we would go for Michael Jackson or Frank Sinatra.
Well, the problem here is we hear this a lot, and unless we know a person is actually sick, we're a little...
Here's what, I understand that, having been in show business, and on occasion had to lie. I invited a doctor down that treated me actually about 6 years ago here in New York City, who will now do a check on
you have a doctor here now?
Throat, an actual doctor, Dr. Marvin Belsky. If we could bring him out, he could do the diagnosis right here and prove to you that I am actually...
Fine. If we... Dr. Belsky, ladies and gentlemen.
Marvin Belsky.
Dr. Belsky? Nice to see you, sir.
All right, how are you today?
I don't know if you can conduct a brief sort of cursory examination and tell us what the problem is there, if anything.
What's the problem?
I wake up in the morning and my throat is very tight, and I've just recently today I started feeling a little listless. Otherwise I was okay, but...
How long has that been going on for?
About 2 days. I started in L.A. and I came on the plane.
And can you swallow all right, or any problem?
I can swallow okay. The glands hurt a little bit.
All right, let me just take a look and see how you are.
Can we get a real tight shot of that?
Okay.
Make him gag like everybody else.
Say Let's you kind of. Okay. Let me just see. Any ache in the ear? Anything bother you?
No, nothing in the ear. No ache, anything. I'm sure that's what's in there is more interesting than the show, huh?
Let me just see
The show that I'm on.
How are we doing? Is there
well,
any...
he's got, it seems reddened there. It's
Reddened?
probably maybe viral. You don't see any exudate, but I think you should get
Don't
rest.
see any what, sir?
Exudate, like spots, you know.
Oh,
that kind of...
you could have said spots.
Well,
here's my dog, Exudate.
No, have you ever seen Exudate? It's really great looking.
well,
So he's actually ill.
no, he's got some redness to his throat. I think he needs a lot of rest, and he's exhausted,
I don't
and
know what
he's
to say.
predisposed to infection. I think
I'm
he's
sorry.
not feeling
I'm
well.
very, very
Okay,
sorry.
okay.
For a second, I doubted that you were not feeling well, but I'm
So
sorry
do you think
about
that'd be possible if I were to go home now?
No. Did you read the contract? You've got to be here. I'll tell you what we can do. If you're really not feeling this well, a little tired and listless, and you get that exudation, if you want, you can use my office and lie down.
That would be great if I could lie down. I think I'd feel a lot better.
Okay,
So
fine.
would you mind?
Yeah, it's just through the door, and they'll show you how to get up there.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Dr. Belsky?
Dave, I really appreciate this. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Belsky, thank you very much.
Yeah. Are we in a hurry right now? Okay.
Did you need to stop?
I was just going to check let me just check a mirror.
Yeah, in terms of cost, yeah.
Well, it depends. It can vary anywhere from... It's not a checkup. I
No,
actually
no.
went
How
over
much
him
is
to see.
this going to cost?
It's going to cost him, I think, about $60.
$60. All right. Doctor, nice of you to come in. We have to pause here for, is it station identification? All right. We'll be right back, folks. We got plenty more stuff here. Okay. Thanks, Paul. Welcome back to the show, folks. If you're just joining us, Steve Martin is on his way up to my office to lie down. He's not feeling well. He has that awful exudation that's going around. Later in tonight's program, Brooke Shields will be here. And okay, so let's see if Stephen has made his way up there, and we'll just chat with him for a second. That's the hallway going down toward my office, past some of the other offices.
I feel a little dizzy,
That's
actually.
it, right
Dave.
there. Okay. Steve, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, go on in. And
Oh. This is a beautiful office, Dave.
thank you very much.
I really didn't expect this, but this is fabulous in
Well,
here.
thank you.
But I'll just lay down here if that's okay with
Yeah,
you, okay?
please relax.
Because it'll be more relaxing for me. I think when you're sick, the important thing is to have rest.
Yeah.
So, that's a great desk. What a desk.
Thank you.
That is beautiful. This must be a very expensive desk.
Well, it's
Huh. Personal and confidential.
yeah. Well, that's
That's great. These are great photographs.
maybe you can just
Taxi.
yeah.
It's really nice in here. Can I use your phone?
Use the phone, sure.
You know,
go
one
right
of the
ahead.
most important things when you're sick is to maybe, talk to your friends and kind of know that people are there for
Yeah.
you.
Okay.
So it's kind of important.
Go right ahead.
Sandy, hi. It's Steve. Yeah, I'm up here in David Letterman's office. It's fantastic. Yeah, come on up. That'd be great. We'll bring her along then. Okay, we'll see you. Bye.
Yeah.
Hey, Dave, one of the things when you're sick is, it's good to have a little whiskey or something. Is there any drinks or anything up here?
I don't think we have any in the office. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's really too bad. Excuse me. Hello, this is Dave. Oh, you saw me on the show? Uh-huh. Well, come on up. Yeah, I'm on the 14th floor. Just come on up. That'd be great. Okay. We'll bring her along then. Okay. Let's see you, bye.
Okay. Well.
I'll just lay down for a little bit.
Okay.
Okay.
You take care of yourself, Steve. Rest up.
Okay, I'll
All right,
talk to you
we'll check
later.
in with you in a few minutes.
Bye, okay.
Okay, bye-bye.
We get that whiskey. It'd
All
really
right.
be great.
Okay, that's Steve Martin, ladies and gentlemen. We got to do a commercial here, right? We'll be right back, and we'll talk with Brooke Shields. Okay. My next guest is one of the most beautiful women in the world. That's certainly true. And she's also a sophomore at Princeton. I tell you what, before we bring her out, should we check in on Steve once more? Yeah. All right, Stephen is upstairs.
Hey, Dave, I was just curious. Is there any way I can get MTV on this, this TV?
Actually, Steve, that's just a monitor, and all you can get on that is our show.
Oh, that's okay. Now we'll get some, just bring it on in. It's okay, come on in, that's good. Let's put it over there, that'd be good. I think music is very, very important, you know, when you're ill. I think it's good to hear music, you know. Hey, how's it going? Good to see you.
How are you?
Oh, it's been so long since I've seen you. Oh,
great.
Oh, thank you very much. Come on, let's sit down. Oh, really good. I'm feeling a lot better now. Hey, boy,
So Steve's apparently feeling a little bit. I tell you what, Steve, we're gonna talk to Brooke now. So you take care of yourself.
Pick yourself something. Come on over here.
All right. Brooke, we want to, you know, Steve Martin is here and he's not feeling well, so he's upstairs taking it easy. Let's go up and see how he's doing. Steve, how are you?
Chinese.
Steve, how are you feeling? Steve?
It's a comedy. I'm just saying it.
Excuse me, Steve?
You know, it's really fun to go down there after the...
Steve?
You know, Dave, hi, how you doing?
Good.
You know, it's amazing how quickly one of these things goes away. I think it was like a 35-minute thing.
So you're feeling a little better then. That's good.
I feel okay. You know, hey, Dave.
Yeah.
Can I talk to Brooke for a second?
Hi.
Hi, Brooke. How you doing? You gotta come on up.
Oh, maybe we will. Are you feeling better?
Nah, I feel okay. I'm not gonna give you anything or anything like that.
Oh, well, I don't know. You know, I heard that.
Come on up. It's a ball up here. We're having a ball, aren't we?
Really?
It's great. Come on.
All right, okay, all right. Come on. I'd love to. Thank you.
I can't really hear you. We're having so much fun here.
Okay, well, the place is filled up with deadbeats. Yeah, it was awfully nice of him. Okay. Thank you very much, Paul. I tell you what, we have only a few seconds left. Let's go once more up to my office and see how Steve Martin is feeling. You know, he was a little ill earlier, and there, Steve.
Cheers.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Steve.
Well, I tell you,
Well, apparently Steve is feeling a little better. I just wanted to say goodnight if I could. Steve?
It's like,
well, we'll get to Steve in a minute. Let me thank everybody who was here tonight. Of course, Brooke Shields, obviously there with Mr. Martin, and Steve Martin himself, everybody who helped out tonight with stupid pet tricks. Thank you very much, folks. Have a good night. We'll see you again.
Yeah, I know.
All right, now let's talk about the movie.
What do you want?
What's the name of the film?
This doesn't seem like one of those shows that you come on to plug something, do you know what I mean? I thought you were above that.
Okay, you don't want to plug it?
Yeah, no, it's called The Morning After. And
And it's you and Jeff Bridges are in the film, and Raul Julia.
Right.
Yeah, and tell the folks what it's about.
Well,
I've seen this movie. I went to see it the other night.
Oh, you did?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, okay, I'll bite the... Did you like it?
Oh, sure.
Oh.
Fine film. Fine film. Now tell the people what it's about.
It's a murder mystery, suspense thriller. I play an alcoholic ex-movie actress who wakes up one morning in bed with a terrible hangover and a dead man.
Yeah.
And she doesn't know how she got there, and she doesn't know who he is, and she assumes that she did it, and takes place about 3 days, and there's a lot of, you know, kind of real movie kind of things.
Yeah, it reminded me of an old movie, a movie that you don't see much of these days, but one of those old great kind of suspense films.
Yeah, that also, it's sort of the only other time I did a movie like this was Clute, which was also like a suspense thriller, but with a really wonderful woman character in it. And I never played a character like her, so I thought...
Do you want to show the clip or not?
No.
Well, I don't know. It's up to her. Do we have the clip?
I don't think clips are, yeah, we can show it. Clips are, you know, you don't want to give away the plot, so you kind of always got to show a clip from a movie like this that isn't too great.
Mm-hmm. Oh, is that the trick?
Yeah. Know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, if a clip lasted about 2 seconds longer, there'd be this moment where the audience literally levitates right out of their seats and just screams.
So now we have no clip. Well, now we're not going to run the clip. Well, it's out of my hands. You guys.
What do you want? You want it? Not. What? I bet Steve Martin's going to run a clip.
Oh yeah, everybody's running clips tonight.
Yeah.
Let's just.
Why don't I run his clip and he run mine?
All right. Do we have Steve's loaded? She can just run Steve's. Steve's is loaded? Okay, this is a clip from Steve Martin's film, Three Amigos. You know anything about this movie?
I know, it's very, very funny.
Very, very funny.
I've seen those. The three of them on a horse with the silver and the hats.
All right, soon to be in theaters all over the country. Three Amigos. Steve Martin and...
I hated doing that scene. It was so, oh God, you know, it always happens. It always happens. They fit you for the underwear, and they say, and I think, you know, and I say, I'm going to be really cold. We're shooting this at night, and they say, where we're shooting this is like the equator. It's always warm. And so you believe it. And,
but it looks like you probably had a lot of fun shooting the film.
Oh, it was great.
Yeah. Now, will you come back again, because I know you're in town all the time.
Yeah, I will come back. I'm a little jealous, you know, that Terry Garr is this kind of regular fixture on the show, and you've never asked me.
We can bump her. That's no problem. Look, if that's all it takes, Joan, she's gone.
Joan? Oh, Peter, I'll never forgive you.
Now, see, now when it's a slip, because I did this film where I married our director's wife, and her name is Joan, and so on.
Oh, sure.
Hal, what's your wife's name?
Jane.
Anyway, so come back again.
I will. I will.
Pleasure to meet you.
Goodbye.
Jane, we'll be right back.
Welcome back to the show. As I was trying to say, I think all the kids really enjoy Raul Julia. Tomorrow on this program, Peter Ustinov will be here. Also, George Miller, a very talented, fine comedian, will be here tomorrow. And a man from Hemmicker Schlemmer will be here to show us the new products from Hemmicker Schlemmer. It's the kind of thing you've seen on every talk show since the beginning of time. And tomorrow night, you'll see it here. Mike Douglas, everybody has done it. Yeah. Is this Mark Bauman, the guy that was here last year that wouldn't let us keep any of the stuff? No. Oh, good. Different guy. Well, that was the Sharper Image guy. Oh, so chances are we'll get a lot of free stuff out of this. All right, now you're talking. Our next guest is unequivocally one of the funniest men in the world. His latest motion picture, The Three Amigos, opens nationally on December 12th. It's a pleasure to welcome Steve Martin.
Always trying to do the funny thing. I sit down, I say, hey, wouldn't it be funny if I sat over there? So I do it, and it was terrific.
No wonder you're in comedy.
Yeah, I'm a comedy something. I don't know what. But thanks for wrecking my clip.
No, that was her. I was very
no
nervous
material now.
No, it'll be fine. Just relax, it'll be great. Yeah, the last time you were here...
You know, you're sitting a lot higher than I am. I've just realized this. You're looking down on me. How tall are you?
I'm a much bigger man than you are. Was that bother you?
No, me? No, I'm very secure. Why? Why do you ask? Why? What?
Anyway, you recently married.
Oh, sorry, what?
Recently married.
Oh, that's right. You know,
congratulations.
That reminds me, I have to quit fooling around. I've got to make a note and quit doing that.
Yeah. How was, did you have a nice honeymoon?
Oh, it was fabulous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you tell us where you went?
Oh, well, we were in Rome and together. That made it so wonderful.
Well, it's nice that it worked out that way.
Yeah, it was. It was a planning thing. I said, you know, we have these options, but wouldn't it be nice if we took the honeymoon together?
Yeah, and it paid off.
Paid off?
Yeah, I mean, it worked out nicely.
It worked out.
Yeah, yeah. Now,
I have no idea. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
No. You were going to ask a question. I answered it first before you asked it.
Anything else you want to discuss about your wife and your honeymoon?
Absolutely not. Okay. No. It's personal and it's private. Yeah.
Well, that's the way it should be, and I respect that. Is your wife...
Victoria Tennant is her name.
She's in show business, an actress?
An actress, yeah.
Will you be working togetger?
Absolutely not.
No. All right, let's talk about Three Amigos now.
Oh, no, you're not going to get me into that.
Not only do you star in the film, you wrote it. And
I wrote it along with Randy Newman and Lorne Michaels.
That's
and
right.
I star in it along with Chevy Chase and Martin Short.
Right. But you're the executive producer.
And I'm the executive producer along with David and I don't know what that is, by the way, executive producer, but I think of myself as the executive amigo. That's different.
How did you select your other two amigos?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Well, we wanted, as you know, you were our first choice. And, as you know, we couldn't make the deal.
Yeah, I know. Thank you very much for asking, though, Joan.
Now, we went to your agent. He said, you know, David's going to want a lot of this.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm not rubbing my two fingers together for him, so...
It's anti. There you go.
Thank you. Now, Martin Short, you know, he's a terrific. He's
Very
an
funny
actor, characterizationer. He's a talent. He's funny. And Chevy, you know, we needed a big oaf. Mm-hmm. So, now here's a guy. Here's what he does to me. You know, in New York, where there's revolving doors, if I'm going through a revolving door, right midway, he'll stop the door. So I smash. Or if I'm walking down the street, I'll feel someone putting their feet under my feet. Mm-hmm. So I will be...
That'll be him.
It's him.
That was his contribution
very big.
to the
He's
film. Yeah.
Immovable.
Now this, we got to do a commercial here, but this film to me seems like it would
commercial?
it would be custom made for various promotional gimmicks and ways to entice people to go in and see it.
That's
Promotional
right.
tools.
So you want to go to commercial first, or what do you want to do?
Let's go to a commercial, and then we'll come back.
We'll show Jane's clip, which I'd like to do.
All right, we'll show Jane's clip. So we'll be back here, although I'm not sure why. Steve Martin is here, and have you ever met Jane Fonda before?
Yes, I have.
Nice woman, eh?
Very, very nice.
Yeah, very pleasant.
Yep.
Lovely.
Lovely.
Now, you have
Fantasy.
I'm sorry?
Sorry, nothing.
You have some promotional...
What do you think of my suit?
It's a lovely suit.
This
Very
is
nice.
made from the skin of a baby seal hunter.
All right.
What we're trying to avoid in this movie is, obviously, it's a very kind of commercial idea, Three Amigos, and we don't want it to come off like we're doing on commercials. Yeah. And, of course, a lot of the, traditional thing, we do the Amigo lunch boxes, the Amigo T-shirts, the Amigo thing. Yeah. And I'm against this.
Yeah, good for you.
I say we just do the items that seem appropriate and that people would really want. Mm-hmm. For example...
And you have some here.
Yes, we have the Three Amigos rubber cement. Which is...
Now, that does seem appropriate. Yeah.
It's a nice thing.
But that was one of your first items.
Yes, this is looking at Three Amigos rubber repair patch kit. Well, am I holding this? Oh, okay.
Right there. Yeah. A companion piece to the rubber cement.
Right. Yeah. We have Three Amigos holy water blessed by the Three Amigos.
Mm-hmm. Very nice.
How's it going?
Just fine. Just fine.
Then we have the Amigo turkey basters.
Mm-hmm. Perfect for the holidays.
Of course, in three sizes, Martin Short. This is the Chevy Chase turkey baster, and of course, this will be my turkey baster. Here's the Egg McMigo. Here's a good one. This is the visible amigo.
Yeah.
You can see the sombrero and then...
You're right. These seem, if nothing, but appropriate.
It's what the public really wants.
Yeah, exactly.
This is Three Amigos contraceptive foam. Let's see, what else? Three Amigos Chinese fortune cookies. You want to open, see just, you know, what fortune you get?
Do you think it'd be worth it?
It'd be cute.
All right, we'll just open one of these. Three Amigos fortune cookies.
Right.
Open it right up. Mine says, die pig. All right. I'm sure that that's the sentiment exactly, but it was a surprise nonetheless. Yeah. Now, and we want to see your clip.
Let's do, now this is a James, no, wait, I'm going to say something. Oh, right when I've got him, I'm on a roll, into the toilet with the commercial.
We'll see if he can recover right after you look at this, folks. By the way, I saw the film the other night, and I think it's very funny.
Thank you very much.
Very funny film. I think it'll do very well, don't you?
I hope so. Yeah. You know, I could care less. Oh, now you want to show us?
Take a look at the clip.
Okay, no, let me set it up first.
Okay.
Now, this is Jane Fonda's film with Jeff Bridges. Called
Raul Julia,
called The Morning After. Now, the thing about this clip, and the reason I'm showing, is that in the scene, you won't see me, but I am in the closet.
Okay.
All right? I am in the closet.
It's The Morning After, Jane Fonda, and Jeff Bridges, Raul Julia. No, that's not it. That's Paul eating... No. See, there's been a mix-up in the control room. That's Paul eating breakfast.
Another mix-up.
Okay.
Now, here we go. Is this the real clip now?
This should be the one.
Remember, I am in the closet.
Okay. Excellent. Steve Martin is the man in the closet. We're going to do what? We're going to do another commercial, and then we'll be right back. Okay, we're out of time. My thanks to Jane Fonda and Steve Martin. His film opens Friday, December 12th. Nice to see you again, Steve. Thank you for being here. Tomorrow night, it will be Peter Ustinov, George Miller, and the guy from Hemmicker Slimmer. Good night, everybody.
Welcome back to the show. I think we have a very good show tonight. Should be mighty entertaining, don't you think, Paul?
Yes, sir, yes.
Yeah. And we've also sent our old friend James the Drifter, a guy we met in Las Vegas. He will be covering the Arena Football Championship game Saturday night in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, to be carried on ESPN. And we'll be hopefully talking with James tomorrow before the big event, to kind of set the scene for you down there in Pittsburgh, and then after the contest, first of next week. So that should be pretty darn exciting. Arena football, Paul. Come on up to the house. We'll watch it together.
I'd love to. Are we going to get that Drifter that used car that he...
Yeah, he wanted a second-hand car. We're looking into it. We'll get him a lovely car.
For the game. Great.
Oh, you know, my first guest tonight is one of the hardest working men in the motion picture business, and it certainly pays off because he's also one of the funniest. His latest effort is called Roxanne, and it's always a pleasure to welcome him to this program. Folks, please say hello to Steve Martin. So terribly nice to see you. Nice to see you. Thank you. Hi, Paul.
Hello, Steve.
How are you?
Nice to see you.
And thanks for not doing the whoopee cushion gag on me.
Oh, we wouldn't do that to you.
Yeah, no.
Nice to see you. And how are things going? Pretty well, I would guess.
It's the feel-good movie of the summer.
Uh-huh.
Said the Atlanta Journal.
Oh, well, that's very nice.
2 thumbs up. Siskel and Ebert.
Uh-huh.
I loved it. Rex Reed.
Yeah.
It's a gas.
The L.A. Daily Blade said that.
They said that it was a guess, the L.A. Daily Blade.
Yeah.
Wow! What a movie! Says the Bordertown News.
Yeah. Used to have a place in Bordertown, didn't you?
Yeah, Bordertown is a fabulously beautiful place.
You know, you're one of...
You know that's true?
Bordertown is a beautiful place?
No, what you were going to say.
Oh, I was going to say that you're a wonderful guest. And
that is a lie!
No, we always look forward to having you on the show.
Well, I tried it. I was talking to, talking to Chevy Chase last week, and I was saying, I'm going to do Dave's show, and what am I going to do? Because I always think of...
You always have nice things to do when you come on.
Well, not necessarily, but I always try, you know, think... Sure. I worry about it, and then finally we get there and make it up 2 seconds before we go on. Anyway, but Chevy, I was sitting there worrying, and Chevy said, do what I do. I said, what? He said, don't prepare anything.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah. He comes on with nothing to do.
Yeah, and he's great at it.
Well...
Yet,
well...
Hey, now.
I wouldn't say he's great
funny.
at it.
He's naturally funny.
Yeah, but you're right. You always have bring a little energy to the proceedings.
Well, so does he. And I'm defending him.
Oh, you're defending him?
He's a friend of mine. He's funny. Just the other day, he said, hey. He said, oh, yeah, he said, hey.
But I guess in the circumstances that he said it...
In the context...
Exactly.
It put me on the floor.
And if you've ever been on the floor of a context, then I think we all know. So this is...
I would have been a singer if I hadn't been a comedian.
You think so?
Yes.
Now, you've done a lot of singing. You played the banjo.
I was going to be a singer. I wanted to be a singer, but I was too smart at the time. Because singers have to sing lines like, you know, I've been through the desert on a horse with no name. And then, for there ain't no one for to give you no pain. Ooh, I can't say that. And then there was, someone left the cake out in the rain. I don't think that I can take it because it took so long to bake it.
So it was the lyrics or the grammar or both that bothered you?
Well, the one that got me was, for there ain't no one for to give you no pain.
The one I always had a little trouble with, I think it was Diana Ross, do you know where you're going to? Do you know where you're going? That would be fine. We don't need to.
Do you know where you're going?
See, you don't need to there.
And there was, I'm just wild about saffron. Any other good lyrics, Paul? Sorry to put you on the spot.
Well, you know, yeah, you got that something. I think you'll understand. When I say that something, I want to hold your hand. How about
that's
that?
a good lyric.
Wasn't that what you wanted? You wanted good lyrics.
No, I was doing joke.
Oh, joke lyrics. Oh. Leave it with me. Leave that one with me.
But then I wrote some songs, too, that had good lyrics. I love to know you, how I feel.
Yeah, you probably made the right choice staying in
songs.
comedy. And
But you've done so well.
Well, we do what we can. It's been tough here lately.
But in the comedy, why
well, we don't have our normal crew with us.
Yeah.
So, and we miss them. But everybody else is pitching in and helping. Filling the sandbags is before the river gets too high.
But still, you have the old reliables to fall back on, and you have the funniest. I mean, my favorite, I think, is the pencil thing through the window. I love that. Would you do that for me?
Really? Just that?
That's funny. See? Out of all the bits.
You like that?
Well, you have the other bit, that dumb animals. What is that?
The stupid pet tricks. Yeah, right.
That's funny.
You enjoy that?
And you have the I don't know, 10 reasons to die. 10.
It's our top 10 list.
Top 10 list. See,
changes every night, different category every night.
Yeah, that is funny. And what you do there is you have the top 10 list. You'll make up, like I say, 10 reasons people don't want to go into Central Park. Then you'll have writers, very funny writers, listing 10
That's it.
things.
That's right.
That would go on there, and then
perfect.
And then you would read them off.
Exactly.
And each one would get a laugh.
Yeah.
And they would build.
Exactly.
as they get
That's
higher.
it.
And then you have, what is that, where the the viewers write in?
Viewer mail.
The viewer mail.
That's right. The viewer mail. We do that
And
on
that's
Fridays.
a good bit because what you do is you'll take a letter
Yeah.
that a viewer
Yeah.
has written,
Right.
and then you'll circle part of it and you'll point that out, and then you'll read it and you'll go, and you'll say, oh yes, it's true, and
Yeah.
then you'll show a funny something.
That's right. That's it. That's
But
viewer mail.
Out of all that,
Yeah.
the pencil gag to me is so good. It's so great the way it's so casual. Can I try it? So casually done.
You know, I wrote this.
You wrote the bit?
Yeah.
That's
wrote
so
the
good.
I wrote the pencil.
Wait, on
bit.
a word processor?
Yeah.
But just to take it.
A little more. Just a little more.
You have it. Well, you have a motion.
You have to make it look
I'm not used to that.
It has to be effortless. That's that.
The effort.
Yeah, just
I see.
more
It's
fluid, I
the
think, maybe.
Effort of doing it.
No.
Let me do it again. So it's more. Maybe the overhand would be. No, that's too high.
Yeah, you're having trouble judging
What you
it.
need to know. It's just a sailing.
Well, we don't. You're having trouble with your depth
That's
perception?
it. There we go.
It's a stronger thing. There, I still got that.
Now, there we go. Here we go.
We have one more.
One more?
Just one more. And then we'll go.
Okay, there we go. Sorry.
So, the movie... You know, I saw the movie a couple of weeks ago, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really well done. A nice deal.
Have another pencil. I like another.
We don't, Steve, we don't have any more pencils.
No, I'd like another pencil.
Sorry, we don't. Can we get some more pencils? Barbara, do we have any more pencils back there? Gaines? Here, we have some pencils. Thank you very much. Here you go. You want the whole fistful?
I would like a half.
All right. Now, don't hurt yourself. No.
Ow.
No. No. See, you hit the equipment. Steve, it's more. If you could just more like this, just a little. Just about like that. All right. I'll tell you what, we'll do a commercial, and then you can practice while we're away, and we'll come back with Steve Martin. Now here. You know, you may be.
Dad!
You
was a close
you may be trying a little too hard.
No, I'm not trying too hard, Dad!
You're making a bigger deal out of this. Oh, now see, look, someone's been.
May I say that he deserved that? He was walking past there right when I'm trying this shtick.
All right. Yeah, but it's more just with the wrist. Just very easy like that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's so simple when you're standing so close.
Yeah. Let's see, that one was, you broke that one out with your...
I broke that
Yeah,
one.
we did.
When we started throwing the pencils earlier in the
Right.
first, did you smell a bit coming?
Yeah, I think we could smell it coming up
Yeah,
6th
we
Avenue.
smelled it. Yeah.
Oh, it's a bit.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at this clip here from Roxanne.
Oh!
What are we going to
okay.
see? And is this a new clip, or is this the one we've seen on all the other
You
shows?
have not, I don't think you've, I don't know, I did it once on one show. Well, twice on 2 shows.
I'd like to think that
No,
would
what
be a
clip
brand
have you
new clip.
seen?
Well, I've seen the one where you have just fallen out of a tree and you're telling the old ladies about the guy from outer space.
No, this is a completely different one than that.
All right. Well, tell the folks what we're going to see.
Better not to set it up, just roll it.
All right. From Steve's new film, Roxanne, playing all over the country. Watch closely.
the same damn clip.
That's not the clip.
No, that's the clip I saw.
No, that's a different clip.
That's the same damn clip.
No, that's a different clip. That was with me and Daryl.
I didn't see Daryl Hannah.
Daryl was the second one. It was just bad lighting.
How was that working with Daryl Hannah?
That was great.
Is she a nice woman?
Very nice, very easy to work with, very smart, and then so am I. I'm just wild about Sam.
And you shot the film in a small town in British Columbia?
A little town called Nelson in British Columbia, and then in Vancouver we shot there too.
Was it as nice in the small town as it looked on the screen?
Yes, very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. But there's a little bit of cheating. Like sometimes you'll see the town, and it will be the actual town of Nelson. Another time you'll see the town, it will actually be outside of Vancouver.
But all that's explained in the credits, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I'm sure. No, we explain it right off the top. It kind of hurts the movie. We have the President of Colombia.
Come on and explain. Not to be distracted
Ladies and gentlemen.
Problems of continuity. Please ignore them.
No, it's not a continuity problem. It makes you think you're all in the same town.
Oh, I see. So
but through the now, what we should explain. There we go. Okay.
They're non-union pencils is the problem.
It's gonna go. It's gonna go, Dave.
Run for your lives!
If that baby goes. Oh my God! You know, I know that feeling.
Yeah. It's always a pleasure.
Oh.
Come back and visit us anytime. Steve Martin, ladies and gentlemen. Steve Martin. We'll be right back. Nicely done. International beauty expert Raquette was just here.
You are a hard-working man.
Thank you very much. She's a lovely woman, don't you think?
Yes, she is.
Let's see. Coming up in this half hour, author Tom Wolfe will be here. He's written another runaway bestseller, and also comedian Rich Hall. He will be joining us in a couple of minutes. Certainly. Tomorrow on the program from the reggae group Third World, we have here Zimembu. I'm sorry, it's two members. It looks a little like Zimembu here on my card, but I think it's probably two members. Or is it Zimembu? Two members, thank you. We've had a confirmation on that. No more calls, please. Also on tomorrow's program, what a great show tomorrow night's program will be. Actor Charlie Sheen will be here tomorrow night. And also on the program tomorrow night, Steve Martin. So that will be... You babies. Let me just tell you something. There is nothing wrong with tonight's show. But since you put up such a stink, you had to make all of that noise, I'm going to let you meet Steve Martin. To get here about 24 hours early, you know? I know. Sure, it's important.
Yeah. So, is it now? The show's
now?
It'll
be tomorrow night.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Steve.
I'll be right here.
But you're still not going to see Zimembu. Okay, we got a great show for you folks, and let's start with the top 10. This is sad. We learned a couple of days ago that the home office in Scottsdale is moving to Lincoln, Nebraska. Yeah.
See, all the business that Scottsdale is going to lose, the commerce,
I know. Oh,
they must feel really bad about that.
Yeah, because they draw like $10 million for the community every year, having the home office there. Here we go. Tonight's category, little icebreakers, little conversation starters for you and your friends to collect and trade. Top 10 duties of my assistant, Lori Diamond. Is she here tonight?
Yes, there she
there
is.
she is, right there. There, let's get a shot of Lori. Do you mind, Lori? You have no choice, do you? There she is right there, the lovely, the talented Lori Diamond. Pound for pound.
Yes, the best assistant. Highest accolade.
Top 10 duties of my assistant, Lori Diamond. Here we go, number 10. Call Mom on major holidays and play tape of me wishing her the best. Number 9, reserve steam room for my weekly current events discussion with Mike Tyson. Number 8, apologize to guests from night before. Number 7, keep me updated on what's happening in Marmaduke comic strip. Number 6, research retail price of gifts given to me by staff members. Number 5, scan lost and found columns for any sign of the monkey fur jumpsuit. Number 4, steam uncanceled stamps off fan mail. Number 3, some minor surgery. Number 2, monitor Italian sex magazines for any mention of me. And number 1, help me get my money back from those liars over at Tasty Freeze. That's just a coincidence. That has nothing to do with anything. That's just a random musical selection. That's just an act of caprice on your part, isn't it, Paul? Because there is no connection there.
No, I don't know why I came out.
No. You know, this has never happened to me. We've done nearly 1,000 of these shows, and I did the first 10 minutes of the program with my fly down. Thank you very much. Did anyone notice this when I was up in the audience earlier? Well, thank you for calling it to my attention. I go out there, I come back in, I feel like a jerk. My pants are unzipped.
Will says it must be sweet.
Yeah. Now you know why my best friend is the ice maker. Well, now, if I ever do that again, please, someone, mention it, will you?
Mention it.
I'd tell you, except maybe that time. It's always a pleasure when our first guest comes back to visit us. His last movie, Roxanne, landed him on the cover of Time magazine, and his brand new motion picture entitled Planes, Trains, and Automobiles has had the biggest opening week of any of his films. It's doing incredible business. Folks, please welcome Steve Martin. In all your years of performing, have you ever shown up someplace with your pants unzipped like that?
I think there was an amusing anecdote, something that happened to me, and I, for the life of me, can't remember what it was.
At any rate, nice to see you. And
I have a question for you, first of all.
Sure.
I feel I'm a pretty sharp guy sometimes.
You really are, yeah.
And I was watching the top 10 list,
right,
and I got them all except number 1. Talking about those liars at Tasty Freeze. Did everyone get that but me? What does that mean?
It's a little personal problem I'm having with the people at my neighborhood Tasty Freeze.
Oh, really?
I take a lot of business folks over there for lunch.
Yeah, I see. What kind of personal problem could you have with Tasty Freeze? All right.
Now, so what brings you to New York City? You must have had a little break in your work schedule.
Well, actually, I was sitting at home in Los Angeles, and you know, I always set the alarm to wake me up to watch your show at around 12:30 because I don't like to miss it. I go to sleep around 10, and I set the alarm because I don't like to tape something and then watch it later. I like to see it as it's being broadcast from New York to L.A. I think that's when it's funny and that's when it's happy. And I was watching your show, and I was just thinking, poor Dave. You know, he's probably got 1,000 questions he wants to ask me about planes, trains, and automobiles. You know, like, what was it like working with John Candy? You know, is it different working in movies and film? And, all those kind of questions.
That's right.
I wonder if he'd bring a clip on. I wonder, And I thought, well, that's really his tough luck. And I just, turned over and started to go to sleep. And then I said, gee, I wonder if Dave knows how to protect himself against gambling cheats. And that's when I got on an airplane and came to New York. Because, you know, the holiday season is coming up.
That's right. We're right in the middle of it.
And, of course, you know, families get together, and they love to start gambling around this time of year. And
it's growing as a family activity, isn't it?
Absolutely. And, you know, there's a lot of cheats. You never know. It can be an uncle.
Right.
It can be a grandfather.
Your best friend, a neighbor,
a
cousin. Could be anybody.
Start off with a little Monopoly. Pretty soon, they're shooting craps.
Yeah.
And I thought I would, you know, teach you some of the tricks I've learned over the years, because I've been involved in that. And maybe show you how to protect yourself a little bit against...
Actual tips to guard against...
Tips to guard yourself. So I brought on a deck of cards. Obviously, people love to start a blackjack game. You know, grandma, they have the dinner, and then pretty soon... Get out the blackjack.
Because I know a couple of years ago it was Trivial Pursuit, but now it seems to be more casino games.
Craps, casino games.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. So, deck of cards and
regular.
Yeah. So let's try a little blackjack. Just deal. A lot of it, first of all, is just attitude. I'm going to start with the simple things.
All right.
And show you how attitude.
All right. I'm going to deal you 2 cards down.
2 cards down, right?
All right. And then I'll take one down, one up.
Okay. Now I look and I say, okay, now hit me.
You want this up?
Face up.
All right.
Okay. Hit me again.
Ooh.
All right. Hit me again. Hit me again. One more time. Now you can see now I'm not losing.
No,
right, I'm not lost. Okay. Hit me again. All right! And then I just take your chips, and then I won.
And what's the principle
Well, the thing
there?
is, the principle is that people can't count that fast.
Oh, I see, yeah.
You know, when you're playing in Vegas, you have a guy, he's dealing out 5 hands, suddenly he's got to add 17 and 6.
Yeah, it's not going to work.
It's not going to happen that fast, and if he could add 17 and 6 that fast, he would be making rockets.
Exactly.
Believe
Sure. So you could win several hands like that before they caught on.
And then you're out of the casino, you're going to the next casino.
Right. Okay.
Let's try dice.
All right.
Dice is, I have a pair of dice. Now, what they do here, that's good. Let's say, let's just set it to 7. Okay, there's a 7. Now, what I'm going to do, watch very carefully here.
All right.
The cheat will come in, we'll pick up the dice. This. Okay. And then throw the dice, and there you go. You got your...
You got a 3.
Well, I got a 3.
Yeah.
But these guys, they're actually good at, you know, what they do. This is a little different.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of times, too, something to watch for is when they pick it up, they'll do this. Chatter, 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 chatter. And not really...
Oh, they're
not really doing this.
I
they're
see.
Going, chatter, 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 chatter.
I see. Yeah. But to the untrained ear, again, you wouldn't...
You're not going to.
Exactly. You
You're
wouldn't
not
looking
looking
to it. Yeah.
Let's try...
These are invaluable.
Okay. This is a good thing. Poker. All right? Try a little poker.
All
Now,
right.
I'll deal you out of hand.
Okay.
Now, this is just something misdirection, actually. Now, it would be, of course, to my advantage to know what you're holding. All right?
Right.
So let's just pretend like we're playing a little poker. By the way, you started in Indiana, right?
I'm from Indiana originally.
Yeah, that's a long way to come from Indiana and then to really to come to New York, you know, with your own show.
Well, first I went to California.
Oh, really? That's
California.
fabulous.
Yeah.
That's interesting, yeah. And then you worked the clubs, because I worked the clubs.
I worked a lot of the clubs. Maybe we worked some of the same ones.
I bet we did.
Yeah, because I remember...
What are some of those clubs? What was that? What was that? Oh, what
the
was
Comedy Store.
The
was
Comedy
one.
Store.
Sure.
That was fun,
and then,
and
the Improv. And then,
the Improv.
Oh, there's some silly ones, too.
Yeah, what is that?
There's one up in Toronto called Yuck Yuck.
That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah. And then... So again, what happened there exactly?
Well, because you're talking about yourself,
right?
And that's what you get. You know, you get interested in that.
Sure.
Now the audience may have spotted it because they're not. You know,
Yeah. So you actually were able to see my hand there.
Absolutely. Now
it's unbelievable.
One last thing. I want to show you a trick shuffle that you'll see a lot of the professional cheats using. Now watch very closely.
Is this a trick or a tip here?
Well, it's something to watch for.
All right.
Let me show you. They pick up the cards.
Sure.
Now watch. We may even bring the camera in close actually on this so you can see. Want to do that? Okay, here we go. So he'll pick up the cards, do that, now watch. Then the shuffle, and there it was. Did you see it?
I saw what appeared to be a standard shuffle and a riffle of the cards.
Now, some people do it better than I do, and I didn't expect really to get away with it. But play it. Why don't you just run it back in slow motion or whatever you have.
All right, Hal,
take a look at watch.
just that last thing. Hal, show us the shuffle there in slow motion if you can.
All right, here.
And you tell us what we missed, Steve. All right.
I pick up the card.
All right.
Now watch. Watch happens here.
Mm-hmm.
And the aces.
Yeah.
Now, I put a crimp in the card, the ace. Put it back on. Now, here's another move they use. Watch this.
That's to spot the card later.
That's amazing.
Now here comes, now I'm going to flag the card. This is called flagging it. Putting a flag.
That's unbelievable.
Now what? Now, see, I'm able to tell where the ace is.
Yeah,
by,
but that's really a stunning piece of work. I didn't see...
Well, some people are very...
I guess I don't know what to look for, is the problem.
You know, another big game is roulette. And I wanted to show you some of the ways that are used to cheat at roulette. I thought maybe you could be the roulette dealer, and I'll show you how we do something.
Okay. We'll go over here. We have, I guess this is...
It's the time of year, Dave, when people, you know, really like to get their families together and go off to Vegas or go off to Atlantic City for around 3 weeks and just do some real gambling.
3 weeks would be what you would recommend?
Now, let's say I'm playing, and you'll be the dealer, so the wheel would be moving.
So I guess I'm not sure how they do that. I spin that one way, and then the ball
and I
goes
would
the other.
bet, and let's say I bet. Now, let's say I lose. I'll lose one to make it look good, and then I would distract you. Now, watch what happens here.
All right.
By the way, I'm new here. Can you tell me how to get out to the boardwalk?
Oh, the boardwalk. That's just right out there.
I go out here?
Right out there by the coffee shop.
Right.
Oh, by the coffee shop.
Yeah.
And then it's the first set of double doors.
I go down to the coffee shop.
That's right.
Now, do I go past the coffee shop?
Oh, yeah, right past the coffee shop. Once you get down there, it's self-explanatory.
But is it before the coffee shop or after
No,
the coffee shop?
it's just on the other side. It's adjacent to the coffee shop.
Then I go right.
No, you bear to your left.
I would make a left.
Yeah.
I see.
And then you go through the double doors.
I see.
You're right out there on the boardwalk.
That's good.
And then
so the boardwalk is there.
The boardwalk is there, then the beach.
But
then
it's after the coffee shop.
That's right.
Okay, so you said it was before the coffee shop.
No, it's the coffee shop, it's the double doors,
Okay, great.
it's the boardwalk, it's the Atlantic Ocean.
Okay, I got it now. Now let's just play one round here.
All right. Well, we have two. Well, I guess we're really going to do some playing now, aren't we? We're playing doubles.
Yeah, I wonder which one we're supposed to use.
Beats me. I can tell you how to get to the boardwalk. That's all I know. I didn't see anything.
These are just some of the tricks you see.
No, I didn't see a thing.
And you'll be surprised how many people will miss something like that.
Yeah.
So in other words, let's try it. So I'll put a couple of chips down.
Right.
Yeah. Now you spin the wheel.
I just spin the wheel. Okay, here we go. I see.
Yeah. Have you ever felt yourself really dying?
Oh, yeah, I experience that on a regular basis. Yeah. Well, gambling tips for the holidays.
Yeah. It's an important thing.
All right. We'll do a commercial and take a look at the personnel list and be right back. Okay.
Now, aren't you ashamed that you introduced me as one of the funniest guys?
No.
And then we go off and we do
No, because that was very funny.
Well, it was almost. It was and we should have cut it. You know, we should have done it.
That's all right. I think people enjoyed seeing that.
Seeing the sweat flop.
No. Let's talk about the movie Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. No, come on.
All right.
You and John Candy
work together. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. This is we're going to show a little clips. I'll make it real fast. It's about two guys very different from each other. I play a Madison Avenue advertising exec, and John Candy plays a shower curtain ring salesman. A great profession. And we get thrown together in circumstances trying to get home over the Thanksgiving holidays from New York to Chicago.
Right.
And we end up in unlikely situations. And should I set this clip up?
Where? Are we going to see a clip?
I guess, yeah. And
this, by the way, sounds like the perfect holiday film.
It is almost. It's rated R only for language. There's no sex, no violence. So if you're a parent,
so then it's not the perfect holiday movie.
It is a perfect holiday film in the sense that if you're a parent who wants to take his 5-year-old to hear the F word 19 times, then this is the film for holidays.
Okay.
But it's in a row. It's 19 times in a row. It's not spread out.
So this is, what are we going to see
You're
here?
going to see, John and I are driving down the freeway, and John, who's always causing trouble in my life, has gotten on the freeway going the wrong way. So we're driving down the freeway at night going the wrong way.
Okay, this is a couple of minutes from Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Steve Martin
It's
and John
17
Candy.
minutes long, the clip.
Very funny. It looks like a great movie.
It's funny.
And it's a big hit. Everything's doing great.
It's a big hit, and it's also, it is funny. I love to sneak in and hear the audience laughing in the background, you know, and then I go, I'm here. You know.
Geez, again, thank you very much. It's
Thank
always
you.
a pleasure for us to have you. Have a good holiday. We'll be right back. I don't know how exactly he did it, but this man has lost roughly the equivalent of a whole other band. Paul, how much, have you got those pants? Oh, this is, now take a look at how big Paul used to be. Congratulations, Paul. Great job, Paul.
It's discipline, and it's just learning how to say, I've had enough, thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much, Barbara. No, is it my fault? I'm sorry. No, it's my fault. I'm sorry. No, it doesn't have to be your fault. It could be my fault. No, it's not your fault. It's my fault. I'll take the responsibility for this. All right? All right. These aren't the notes, damn her. Let's get right to our top 10 list. The list tonight from the home office in Lincoln, Nebraska, as always, the category top 10 least popular candy bars. Least popular candy bars. Many are marketed, some are test marketed, and
so many are so popular.
That's right, so many are so popular.
These?
We have here a compilation of candy bars that are not so popular.
I see.
Top 10 least popular candy bars. Number 10, Lug Nut. Number 9, Turkish Prison Taffy. Number 8, Hardened Toothpaste Mint Patties. Number 7, Sunoco Resin Chews. Number 6, Reverend Al's Marshmallow Medallions. Number 5.
Excuse me, Dave. I'm sorry. Dave?
Huh?
Excuse me.
What's the matter?
Something is terribly wrong with the top 10 list.
I got the wrong list? What?
No, it's just that the words that are being printed on the screen as you speak don't match the words that you're saying.
Is that right? It's completely... Hal, let me see that. It's a different list there? Did someone say something? Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's something wrong here because those none of these correspond. Let me go, 1 second. Let me go check this.
Yeah, all right.
And find out what the problem is.
Yeah.
We've never really had a problem with the top 10 list before. Let me just see what's going on here. I'll be right back. Where is the... oh, well, see here, this is part of the problem because... It's Steve Martin, and obviously operating the deal. What exactly are you doing back here, Steve?
Well, Dave, as you know, I've gotten completely absorbed by the technical side of the business now, and I'm just fascinated by it. I mean, there's nothing more exciting, really, than taking the words that someone has written and typing them.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure that these machines are fun to kind of goof around with in your spare time, but you're a performer, after all, first and last, and that'll never change, will it?
No, Dave. This is my life right now. My performing days are over. My life is really audio editing and video effects, cable pulling, arc welding.
Gee, But still, I mean, even with that, you'll make movies and public appearances and so forth, right?
No, Dave. Once I make a decision, that's it. This is the place for me, behind the scenes.
Steve, maybe you're making this decision a little too hastily. I mean, you've entertained and delighted millions and millions of Americans over the years, and I think if you do this, they're going to miss you, and I think maybe you'll miss them.
Dave, no. I've got cables to pull and arcs to weld. I've got to go meet the guys for a beer now, so...
I tell you what, here, before you go, just do me one last thing, and this could be your last bit of performing. Just, you finish the top 10 list.
No, Dave. I've made my decision. I'm sorry. I've made my decision, that's it. Now, which way out of here? I've got to go meet the guys for a beer. Which way do we go
leave?
here? Yeah,
I've
got to go. I've got to leave. I'm sorry.
I think the quickest way, just walk down here and then take a left through those doors.
Down here and take a left,
right,
and then I would see the big double doors.
And you see the elevator and everything.
Okay, I'm sorry, Dave.
Sure.
You understand.
Yeah, good luck with the union and everything.
Okay, thanks.
Just give it a try. Just try it.
The top 10 least popular candy bars. I don't know, Dave. Come on. Number 5, Mexican monkey brittle. Gee, that applause feels good, Dave. Number 4, good and linty.
There you go.
I can feel the waves of love coming across the footlights.
You can.
Number 3, 2 musketeers and a guy with a hacking cough. Number 2, Mookie Way.
I didn't know. Who knew?
Gee, maybe behind the scenes is right for me, Dave.
No, you're fine.
And number 1, the number 1 least popular candy bar, Roger Ebert's Mystery Log.
Wonderful.
I'm back, Dave.
You are back.
I'm back and in a big way.
Yes.
Good night.
Good night, Steve. Steve Martin, ladies and gentlemen. A new man. A saved soul. Okay, we'll do a commercial and we'll return here with Carol Kane, ladies and gentlemen. Our first guest tonight, I've seen every one of his motion pictures. Every one. Yeah, all of them. Very funny man, very smart man, very nice man.
I know you're a fan of his, and I am as well.
Yeah, well, that's good. You've known him for a long time, haven't you?
Known him since, 75.
All right, let's bring him out here. Our first guest is a consummate comedian, actor, and a writer. His latest film, in which he co-stars with his wife. Boy, is she talented and lovely. Her name is Victoria Tennant. Anyway, the film is called L.A. Story. Ladies and gentlemen, here he is, Steve Martin.
The place actually went wild.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, I've been saying that my whole life, the place went wild, but tonight...
Tonight the place went nuts. Yeah, good for you. Nice to see you. Congratulations on everything. And a belated Happy New Year.
Great, thanks.
And thank you very much for being on the show.
It was a great show last night. I saw it. It's fantastically
Oh, good.
funny.
Did you like it?
So
Thank you very
good,
much.
So good, yeah.
What about it did you really like? The show last night.
Stupid Pet Tricks I thought was so funny. It was so good.
We didn't do that last night.
Oh, that was the
A couple of
week before,
months ago, right? Exactly.
Yes, I love the guests.
Oh yeah, we always get really, really good guests. That's terrific.
Yeah, he was really.
No, she was.
She was.
Yeah.
she's such a good actress that
singer
that I just I love it when she sings.
Yeah, she's terrific.
She
you have her new album?
Who's that?
Carly Simon.
Carl, I love Carly Simon.
Yeah, she's terrific.
She's so good.
Yeah. Did you see the show at all? No. Yeah,
I tried to tape it, and then I just got tired.
Yeah.
I couldn't.
Well, a lot of people have that problem.
Just couldn't punch it anymore.
Yeah. So anyway,
you know, I figured out something, by the way. We have something in common.
What's
Our
that?
careers kind of started about the same time, right?
Yeah.
And we have something in common, not comedy.
What would that be?
No major weight change during our career.
I think you're right.
You know, a lot of performers, one day they come out and they're just really
they're huge.
large.
What would be your highest weight?
My highest weight?
Yeah.
About 181.
Yeah.
That's my highest
181. And what are you now?
I'm about one.
I guess it's the suit.
I don't know, 178,
Yeah,
something
yeah,
like
well, yeah, I'm pretty much in that range.
You are?
200 would have been my tops, and right
200?
now 200. That's right.
Are we the same height?
I'm 6'8".
You don't look that.
No, we're about. Yeah,
you're
roughly.
taller than I am.
Yeah, thank you.
But I don't even care.
For a while, I thought I was becoming Merv Griffin. That's what my fear was. But my weight now is like 190. Ought to be a little less. Let's talk about
Well,
your.
it was great talking with you.
Let's talk about your.
Did you see Dave and Steve last night do that incredible conversation about their weight? That was so interesting.
But easy to follow.
Yes, it was uphill after that.
Tell me about your.
Actually, perfect pacing, isn't it?
Yeah, I think
Start
so.
with nothing.
Yeah.
And then anything we say is
And inflate it with helium and see what happens.
Next, we're going to talk about our belts. Sorry.
Tell me about your trip to Saudi Arabia.
Oh, okay. My wife and I went to Saudi Arabia in October. This was obviously before the war started.
You invited by the State Department, the
USO.
Pentagon? Yeah.
The USO invited us. And we flew over. It was very eerie. It was really a handshaking tour, sort of goodwill, say hello. And, you know, it's so eerie to be in New York City one day, and then the next day you're flying in a helicopter with open sides, seeing camels over the desert. Yeah. And you really actually do see little trains of camels walking along.
And were you well received by the men and women serving over there?
Camels loved us. Well received.
Yeah.
Are you kidding? And it's like, I mean, this is the height of their day because everything else is filling sandbags.
Sure.
You know, so I'm like, you know, God.
Did it leave you with any kind of special feeling or insight or?
Well, it's actually kind of serious. I felt that the people there were so incredibly well trained and so smart. And, you know, I don't know, I'd never been around anything military before, and I sensed a real competence. You know, the pilots, the infantry, they were really motivated, the morale seemed good, they seemed to know why they wanted to be there. And
so that's a really good feeling, and it makes you feel good as a citizen that, you know.
Well, as a citizen, yeah. I mean, this was not a political trip. It wasn't an endorsement or a pro or con or anything. It
wasn't
just
a vacation, though, either, was it?
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
It was about 120 when we were there,
and
they just cooled off.
That's their spring, isn't it?
An expression, the camel hours, and that's between 12 and about 4, and that's when even the camels lay down.
Yeah, nasty stuff. Anyway, you're back, and your new movie, L.A. Story, is...
Right.
Now, what is this? You wrote this?
I wrote this movie, and it's a romantic comedy. It's basically a comedy, a romance set in Los Angeles, and it's... pretty silly. It's pretty serious. It's
your personal view of the city of Los Angeles and life therein.
I mean, that's part of it. It's really a romantic story, a comic romance.
All right, tell you what, let's do a commercial now, and when we come back, you bring a clip. We'll take a look at this.
Great.
Okay.
Great.
All right. We'll be right back with Steve Martin.
Steve Martin is here tonight. Chris Elliott is here, and Edie Brickell and New Bohemians. The new film to be released opens when?
February 8th.
February 8th,
That's
a week
next
or so.
Friday. Next Friday.
And it's L.A. Story. And you want to talk more about it, or should we look at the clip
I
first?
could talk more about it. This is a clip from L.A.'s Story. I could set it up, but it's kind of self-explanatory. I'm finding out that my girlfriend has been cheating on me.
You, Victoria Tennant, and
this is Mary Lou Henner.
Mary Lou
also,
Henner.
Sarah Jessica Parker is in it, and a few other.
Here we now. A few minutes from Steve Martin's L.A. Story. It looks like it's very funny.
It has a lot of different looks to it, too.
Yeah. You know, I mentioned to Paul earlier, I think I've seen every one of your films. I've
Really?
seen, Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid.
Yeah.
The Lonely Guy.
Lonely Guy, yes.
Gordon,
Charles Gordon.
Parenthood, of course.
Yes.
My Blue Heaven.
My Blue Heaven, you saw that?
Right.
Yeah.
And, of course, the first one.
First one.
The Jerk.
The Jerk.
Yeah, great film.
It's interesting you should say that, because I have a clip of The Jerk.
Really?
Yeah. Hal, could you roll that clip, please?
Steve Martin in The Jerk.
It's very funny. But you know something? It's fun to look back over a career, but really the old movies they're so great. Now we have so many channels, you really get to see a lot of the old
films.
movies.
Sure, yeah.
I have a clip of one of the old movies. Would you like to see it?
Really?
Hal, could you roll the old movie clip, please?
Yeah,
Great
that's
clip.
sure you can.
What a great clip that is.
It's a Wonderful Life. Jimmy Stewart.
That makes me feel. It makes me physically feel better watching it, because before the show I was feeling kind of nauseous.
You were actually not feeling well at all. Yeah.
In fact, I have a clip from that, and I'd like to show that. Hal, could you roll that clip, please? You know.
My goodness.
You were talking to Paul, and
great.
such a great band.
Night in and night out, the best part of the show.
Yeah.
Paul.
I mean, I play the 5-string banjo, so I know a little bit about.
Yeah, of course you do. Yeah, you used to play that a lot.
Yeah, I did.
You have a clip of that?
No, I don't.
Steve.
What is it, Anton?
Yeah, I have a clip.
Oh, you do? Yeah. Could you roll Anton's clip, please? Hal, thanks.
The movie you mentioned February 8th, and I would guess you're working on a half a dozen other projects. I can hardly wait to go see the film. I'm glad things are going so well for you. It's sad for me now because it's actually time for us to say goodbye.
Oh, that's really too bad.
Yeah, no.
It's so hard sometimes to say goodbye.
Yeah.
Thank God I happen to have a clip of us saying goodbye.
Oh, my.
Yes, would you roll the goodbye
convenient.
clip, Hal, please?
Okay, let's bring out our first guest, see what the hell he can do. He is a premier motion picture actor and a fine comedian. His newest motion picture is entitled Leap of Faith, and I believe Deborah Winger is in this. Right? Oh, yeah, now there's a great cast. Yep, there's your blue chip Hollywood star-studded box office can't-miss cast. The film Leap of Faith opens all over the United States on December 18th. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to the show the one, the only, Steve Martin. Steve.
Welcome to the program, Steve.
Thank you very much.
Always a pleasure to have you with us. Thanks for your time. What are you doing?
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you think?
Pretty good. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah, sure.
When you drive to work to
Yeah.
NBC,
Right.
do they pay or do you have to drive yourself?
Well, it's something that perhaps could be negotiated, I guess.
see.
Why? Just
Well, you think that could be negotiated?
Yeah, probably so, yeah.
What are your hours?
I get in around, I'd say, noon.
Noon.
Yeah. Leave at about 7:30, 8 in the evening.
Yeah, that
So it's like an 8-hour.
Is that 5 days a week?
Yeah, 5 days a week.
5 days a
Yeah,
week?
5
But
days
you
a
only
week.
do 4 shows.
Yeah, I know, but we do little videotape segments on the Monday.
Oh, well, aren't you wonderful?
What do you have?
Would you mind, just for a second,
Yeah.
if I sat there just for a second?
I guess, sure. Now, now cut that out.
Now, the only reason I'm doing this, I happen to be friendly with NBC.
Well, you'd be about the only one.
And I love the guys at GE. I find them funny.
You may have a new home. Let me ask you a question about...
Sure, go ahead. Why not? I mean, it is a talk show, and you're you, and I'm me, and I'm here, and why not?
Yeah. Wherever you go, I've known you now for quite some time, and I always have thought of you as a very nice guy, and I think to myself, if I think that of you, I'll bet most people think that of you. Wherever you go, people like you, don't they?
Well,
it's the guy with the kids telling jokes.
The guy who will clap for anything. You know? Well, you know how it is. You get a lot of people coming up, and I think people get nervous, and you get I don't trust any compliments. Do you?
No, I'm very suspicious of that.
Yeah, in fact, I believe the opposite. If someone comes up to me and they say, I loved you in the movie, especially the scene where you did such and such, I go, they hated the scene where I did such and such.
That's right. Yeah.
But you get a lot of, backward compliments. You probably had this.
Kind of left-handed sort of thing?
Well, when you were doing stand-up, I got this a lot in stand-up. People would come back and they'd say, that was so funny. I was the only one laughing. And when I did this movie, Leap of Faith, we screened it, and so, first times you show it for an audience, and I like to sneak in and see how it is and see, how it's working.
Sure.
And afterwards, the audience was coming out, and a woman saw me with her husband, and she came over and she said, I loved you in this movie. It was great. We just loved it. Now, my husband doesn't like you, and he liked the movie. Well, and I look over and he goes, I think the best one I got was from my mother. I had a movie open once, and she called me like on the Monday or Tuesday after it opened, and she said, some friends of ours went to the movies last weekend, and they couldn't get in anywhere, so they went to see yours, and they loved
it. You've become like you're a big deal movie star now. From the days when you did stand-up, you've made one really nice picture after another, and you have a new one. You've made another movie now.
Yeah.
What do you mean, yeah?
Well, here's what it is. It's not the making of the movies that I enjoy. It's actually the promotion that I enjoy. Coming on the show and showing a clip. If we could just make the clips, that would be a great job.
So what you're saying is you're not so much interested in the actual work of making the film, it's promoting it that you really enjoy.
I only do it so I can do interviews and morning talk shows. You got to have something to talk about, and you run out of stuff.
Yeah.
Now, I had to choose a clip from this movie.
That must be, is that easy or hard?
Well, in some cases it's easy because you only have one funny thing in the entire movie. Now this movie, by the way, is not a comedy, and I looked at it,
And I thought, I can't choose a clip because everything is so good.
Wow.
So what I thought I would do, if you don't mind, is show the entire movie.
Hell, would you mind? Let me see. What's the running time? Yeah,
Let's
sure.
just roll. Let's just roll it. This is Leap of Faith.
Leap of Faith, the entire movie. Here we go. Roll it, Hal. With Steve Martin. My God.
Not enough is said about your movie work.
Oh, thank you very much. It seemed to me, maybe it's just me, it didn't seem to me like you were in it that much, though. But Deborah Winger looked great there.
Fabulous.
We're going to do a commercial here. We'll come back and spend some more time visiting with our old friend Steve Martin. Hey! Steve Martin is here, Joe Satriani, and young kids telling jokes. You might want to hang around for that.
I'd like to see that.
Yeah.
They look very cute back there.
Well, the kids are cute, sure.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Of course, on the other hand, it's the competition.
Well, yeah, that's right. What do you want to do now? We have a couple of minutes here. You want to take some calls?
Take calls?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm bad at that, but I'll be happy to.
What's your problem with taking calls?
Well, I don't have the quick answer. I don't have the right answer, and I'm fairly dumb on when we stray from something that hasn't been planned.
Yeah, but I think, well, let's just see. Is the phone thing working here? All right, so we'll take some calls. We don't do this very often.
Really?
Yeah, and I just, okay, is it Ed from Tucson? You're on the air. Go ahead, please, for Steve Martin.
Steve, do you know the state capital of Kentucky?
Frankfurt.
Nice going. A lot of people think it's Louisville, but it's Frankfurt. Mark from Bloomfield.
What golfer won the U.S. Open in 1935?
Sam Parks Jr.
There you go. Thanks for calling, sir. Rebecca from Houston.
Yes, what's the atomic weight of cobalt?
I think that's 63.546, isn't it?
That didn't sound right. I think it's like 58.9332.
Oh, right. I was thinking of copper.
Yeah, that's it. I know that because we get a lot of cobalt calls.
Right.
Yeah. Bob from Helena, Montana. Is it Helena or Helena? Helena. Yeah, go ahead, Bob.
Yeah, what's a good way to insult us? What's a good way to insult a Swedish guy?
Call him a smoked fish-loving, Volvo-building, Bjorn Borg-worshipping moron.
All right. Thank you, sir. Arlene from Overland Park, Kansas. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, what's a good name for a Cocker Spaniel?
Oh, yeah.
Pepper.
Pepper, okay. We have time? How many? Okay, Jim from Boston. Do you have a question for Steve Martin?
Yes, I have some Philadelphia brand cream cheese in my refrigerator. Do you know when that expires?
Jim, do you know the lot number?
Yeah, CX455Q.
That's January 14th.
Wow. You're pretty good. Let's take a look at the actual movie, Leap of Faith.
Okay.
What can you tell us about this movie? You, Deborah Winger, you play an
Liam
evangelist.
Neeson, Lolita Davidovich, and Lucas Haas.
Wow.
And it's a dramatic film with humor, some humor. It's about an evangelist in our times. And we're going to show a legitimate clip. Is that what we're going to do?
I hope so. Is it like a Jim Baker kind of guy? One of those guys?
Yeah, kind of. A little different, but, you know, what can I say?
Charismatic and crooked?
Yeah.
And
this is, I'll just set this up very quickly.
Okay.
This is a scene where I'm preaching, and the local sheriff has come in and announced to the crowd that I'm a crook, and I have this record, and I've sold marijuana and sold fraudulent art prints, etc.
Going to shut you down.
And this is my sort of comeback.
So do we see Deborah Winger in this as well?
I made sure that you don't.
Okay. Here we go, folks. Enjoy this now. A few actual minutes from the motion picture Leap of Faith with Steve Martin.
So I lied and I cheated.
Yes, sir. Leap of Faith, Steve Martin.
One, I noticed there was a Deborah in there. She's fabulous in the movie. And also in the foreground, there was Meatloaf.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Does he play a prominent part? I guess he
has
plays
a pretty
prominent
good part
wherever he goes, doesn't he? Yeah. Steve, it's always a pleasure to have you with us, and it looks like
You mean
another...
it's over?
Yeah, you have to leave now.
Boy, that was a real cue, wasn't it? Well, Steve, it's always a pleasure. You wouldn't say that at the beginning of the interview, so it must be over.
What would you prefer? We just turn out the lights? Just leave you sitting here by yourself?
Away with the wave.
Yeah. Have a great holiday season. And,
no, you have a great holiday.
Well, thank you very much. Nice to see you again.
Thank you very much.
Steve Martin, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back. You know, Paul, the tuition for that beauty school really paid off, didn't it? Man, yeah. And also, the Rembrandts will be on the program, ladies. And now, I'll say hello to our friend, Paul Schaefer is right over there. Paul Schaefer. Nice to see you. Thank you for being here. Good to have you with us. Thank you very much. Thank you. Well, as long as I'm over here, why not? Thank you. Thank you very much. Not a chance in hell, sir. I'm sorry. I was possessed by the spirit of Donahue there for a minute.
So Dave, you
Yes,
said
sir.
hello to Kenny Aronoff's fiancée and her sister then?
Oh, is that who that is?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's why is that? They're always with the drummer.
Well,
How does that? Boy, oh boy, is my face red. We have a great program, and I hope you folks are in a good mood. By the way, Happy Hanukkah, Paul.
Oh, thank you very
And
much.
Happy Hanukkah and Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everybody watching. We'll be off now for about a week. This is our last show before the big holiday season really throws itself into high gear. We have a great show, and I'm touched by this. This has happened a couple of times before. This is the kind of thing that used to happen on the Ed Sullivan Show. Do you folks remember the Ed Sullivan Show? Sure. In the middle of the program, thank you, sir, for playing along. That's not the holiday spirit, pal. A guy up there screams, no. Anyway, Ed sometimes would introduce people in the audience. And tonight, I think this is a very nice touch. A friend of ours has dropped by. He's just in the audience, and I don't want to embarrass him. Hal, maybe you can turn the cameras around. Ladies and gentlemen, please say hello. Give him a nice holiday welcome. Steve Martin. Steve, where are you? He's in the audience. There he is. Steve, good to have you here. Steve, nice to see you.
Wow. That is great. That he would take time out of his busy schedule.
He's
to
not
come
on the show.
And just sit in our
just
audience.
Come and show up, yeah.
That's impressive.
Steve, before I leave, I'd like you to meet Jennifer and Kelly. They're big fans of yours, so that's nice.